What's good, my boy? We all want to gain skills and things we find interesting, as well as things we think that are cool. Whether it's because we think people will perceive us a certain way, or if it's a pure intention of just something that you're immensely curious about and you just find fucking fascinating. You can't get it off your mind. You love every aspect of it. I have several of these, and whenever I was younger, I used to just play video games. That was like my main thing that I was interested in. I dabbled a little bit in the electric guitar in high school. That was like one of the only things. But I could never really achieve the levels I wanted on it, especially with the amount of work I was willing to put in. So I just played video games. And I never really got that good at them either. And it wasn't until after I graduated till I started gaining true skills in construction through building houses, music, uh, oil painting, welding, just some other like just random things that all of them I have immense joy whenever I do them. And the reason why I do them is because I have fun and it feels like I'm playing with toys whenever I do it. Okay? This is the key. I can't really cite the study or the percentage, but I made a video a while back called Play Before You Learn. It was like one of my least viewed videos, and I think I really got the message across. I went real fucking like self-improvement guru in the beginning talking about Michael Jordan and greatness and how he was so great in basketball. Stupid analogy because I spent the rest of the video talking about artistic like fucking painting and shit like that. So it's kind of a left-hand turn, but Albert Einstein has a quote. He says that playing is the best form of research. He says that's whenever they get the most breakthroughs and whenever they're playing. Playing is whenever you look at the clock and you're like, holy fuck, 5 hours have gone by. What? Studying and practicing is whenever you look at the clock and you're like, man, it's only been 30 fucking minutes and I still got 3 hours to go on this 4 hour practice routine. Oh my God. Oh my God. Always play before you try studying or practicing. And I've learned this to be immensely helpful. To use my job as a general contractor as an example, I find myself, say there's something that I have to put immense focus into, some really fine finish work of an angle. I'm sitting here, fingers this fucking close to the saw, trying to get this perfect little thing cut exactly how I want it. Might cut my fucking finger off. I'm really having to focus. I'm really having to try. Oh, I fucked it up. Really focusing, trying to have to try. Man, I fucked it up. I can't get it. I can't get this cut down. But me and my boy, we just sitting there shooting the shit, talking about what we're going to do on the weekends, calling each other gay, just having a swell time. Just, oh, no, you're gay. Oh, fuck you, bro. No, you're gay. Just chilling. Building this lady's house. Having fun. Fucking radio's playing. 70s music. That'd be 80s. I rotate 70s and 80s rock. Don't stop. Believe. I'm just fucking cutting, throwing them up the board. It's like, fuck yeah, boy, I'm grooving. I ain't messed up a single cut. We got these son of a bitches hammered into place tight, boy. Once that wood shrinks and contracts, this son of a bitch ain't going nowhere for 200 years. God damn, we good. That's playing. That is the mode you want to be in whenever you're trying to learn anything. I'm not a 20-year veteran whenever it comes to building houses, but I have learned how to learn to build houses over the past year and some change, as well as another year, but I took a good gap in between my experiences at working construction. Every single time I learned, and 2 months fast forward, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm in this shit now, boy. I'm doing this shit by myself now. It was always when I played, instead of like fucking monotonously focus and try to do this and try to do that. Something happens in us when we're doing something that we find immensely joyful and immensely fun. It's like Da Vinci right there. There's a book by Walter Isaacson, great biographer, about Da Vinci and how he led his life through following curiosities in different things. He wasn't 1,000 IQ. He wasn't this fucking great genius. He just did shit he found cool. And it was like he was playing every single fucking day. Another example, Kevin Parker. I got really big into this, like, super disciplined, like, fucking, you better be sober, you better be on your shit, you better grind. You want this shit, you gotta grind, my boy. You gotta fucking monotonously find music theory and fucking drums and do your rudiments and do all this shit. And there's immense value and utility in practicing these things. But go watch Tame Impala, the Currents video. It's like a 1:30 video of him making this album, just like a little clip of how he kind of would come up with seeds for a song. Seeds, whenever I say seeds, I mean like the beginning that grows into a song. Bro just like goes up to a fucking synthesizer and just beep 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 beep. He's like, yeah, that's fucking fire right there, boy. Walks over to the drum set, and he's like, yeah, that's fire too. Loops it. Goes over here, fucking takes a sip out of a gin and tonic. That boy loose. He just chilling. He just chilling. Goes over here, goes back to the synth and adds some ambient noise to it. Adds a little bit of guitar. Lays down on the couch and takes a fucking nap in the middle of the video. That is what we're after here. Pure playing. Pure just childlike essence of having fun and doing things through experimentation. That is the magic. You learn so fast. Whenever I sit on the drum kit, I got a drum kit right here, and I got a pair of sticks right next to me. But I do my rudiments, my paradiddles, boom 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 boom. Whenever I do my rudiments, it's fun for like the first 2 minutes. Then it gets monotonous, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's utility in it, like I said, but I don't want to keep doing it. I want to go do something else. I'm disciplined. But these are the thoughts that run through my head. Whenever I sit there and I have a monitor next to my drum set so I don't have to run all the way over here and mess with shit, and I just put on my favorite songs and just play to them for like an hour. Just fucking play to the song. It don't even matter if the beat's right. Just keep in time. I have found, because I haven't been doing drums for a while either, maybe like 6-7 months, I learn. The next time I get on the drums, I'm immensely fucking better. I am immensely better. Just, I'm in the pocket, my boy. That drum's my pocket pussy, and I'm just fucking it, my boy. That might be a little wild of an analogy, but that I'm just going off on that son of a bitch. You must play. Going to the Michael Jordan analogy, I'm going to try to, I thought about this video, remaking it. I'm going to put it in the middle so you understand. Michael Jordan has been asked what made him the best basketball player. Michael Jordan, Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan, is it your doing this since you were a kid? Is it your drive? Is it your competitive nature? Is it these things that people write books on? Michael Jordan said, he's like, nah, dog. I just love. I'm in love with basketball. If it was a woman, I would fuck it. I'm just in love with basketball to the point where whenever I was doing it, it was the only thing I could think about. I just had so much fun doing it. That is the point you need to get to with these skills. Take all the rules and outside expectations and people you look up to and want to be like, and just fucking play. Put the manuals down, put the tutorials down, put the fucking laptop with the YouTube Marty music down, and just pick it up and just play and go where your fingers and your mind takes you, where the fucking pen and the pad takes you. You must just have a childlike playing essence to this shit. Whenever I first learned how to weld, my grandpa, he's like, boy, your welds look like fucking dirt dauber nests. You wouldn't even fucking hold together a goddamn pair of, you couldn't even weld together a pair of tweezers, son. That is sad. And I'm sitting here trying to like learn how to run a bead on a welding machine. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I can't get this shit. I just grabbed me a piece of sheet metal and just start playing with this motherfucker, drawing dicks in it, drawing stupid shit. Let me draw a smiley face. Boom. It's stuck. It's stuck. this, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not Jordan Peterson. I'm not Carl Jung. I'm not none of this. So I can't really say concrete things. I haven't read the literature on this shit. But from my own experience through trying to live my life, my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. No, my main goal is not to be Jacob Collier fucking 100 instruments guy. It's not to be fucking Michelangelo painting beautiful shit. It's not to be Larry Hahn, master carpenter. It's not to be any of these things. It's to live my life like Da Vinci, and it's kind of gay, but to be, the only word I've ever seen that describes it besides the word multifaceted is Renaissance man, where you do a bunch of different shit that you're interested in without thinking about the way you're perceived, just doing them because you find them fucking immensely fascinating. Joe Rogan is a Renaissance man. He has all of these different interests. Weird fucking combination. Martial arts, pool, bow hunting, psychedelics and aliens. It's like, what a weird combination, but it makes that motherfucker him. And that's the way I choose to go about this shit. I don't go on my laptop and I'm like, how do I be a digital nomad, entrepreneur? How do I start digital marketing and Facebook ads? It's not interesting to me. It might be interesting to somebody else, but I don't feel the pull of, come on, dog, this is how you make $1 million. It's fucking what you want right here. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm homesteaded. I got animals on 50 acres of land. I'm chilling. I get to do what I love every single fucking day. I just play. To somebody outside, it would seem like I work really fucking hard, and technically I kind of do. Like, I wake up at 5 even and just fucking stay busy the whole day, but it's doing shit that I like doing. It's doing, like, working out. People talk about working out as being so hard. This is a good example of the playing part. People talk about working out as, like, super hard to quit. We got this, like, resurgence of, like, a fucking strong community online of, like, gym people through making content and all this shit. Sam Solik's blowing up. So there are a lot of people that work out, but there's also a lot of people who are, like, don't see the merit in it. Think of it kind of, it still has some connotations, negative-wise, and shit like that. But in that it's super hard and it's hard to stay consistent. And I don't believe that, because working out is the easiest thing I fucking do. I remember there was one point, I've been working out for about two or 3 years now. And there was one point during this time, after my first, like, year mark, where it was like, I didn't want to do anything else. It was before I started dabbling in other skills, where it was my only skill that I knew a lot about. I didn't, like, look like it, but I knew a lot about it because of all the shit I researched. I found it fascinating, the different ways and different points of view of people, how they see working out and diet and all this shit. And to me, it was like an art form. Like, you ever seen them videos where it was like a samurai sword being made in like 1,000-year-old method? There's something in our brains where we just find it fascinating, these like old art forms and shit like that. That's the way I viewed certain things like powerlifting. Like, getting the dialed in perfect technique of fucking the barbell and the way the steel it's made out of and the plates and the aesthetics of it. Not even the muscles, but like the aesthetics of the lift and how badass it looks. I thought everything was cool, to the point where it's like still my daily practice to do powerlifting. I find joy in it. And there's been a couple times during me working out where I fell out of love with it, and it was hard. It was like I had to truly push myself to go to the gym. For the past year, I've built my own home gym, and I got a deadlift platform, squat rack, dumbbells, bench press, all this different shit. And whenever I was still going to the gym, I remember there being a point in time where it was like hard for me. I was getting results, I was getting stronger, but it was still hard. It was like, man, I'd rather be doing something else. It's kind of fucking boring. But those moments in time, the bulk of of me working out has been me enticed with it. And during those times, it's effortless. It's effortless. It's not hard. I don't even perceive working out as building discipline for me anymore because it's just something I would do anyways. I just love doing it. It's not fucking like I have to convince myself to go work out. I get to sit there and listen to some fucking cool ass music or listen to a podcast for like an hour and just fucking practice doing what I love. It makes you feel good. Whenever you hold 500 pounds on a deadlift bar in your hand, it makes you feel good. You feel fucking powerful. It's addicting. You want to get addicted to your hobbies and your skills that you want to get good at. I remember whenever I first started playing guitar in 9th grade. I was 15 years old. I was out of town with no connection to a computer to play video games. And I was gone for a couple months. And my grandparents, or my grandma, my mama, were driving through major town because we lived like in the sticks. And we were driving through this town called Lufkin, Texas. And I was like, out of nowhere in my brain, this is the weirdest fucking phenomenon. Nowhere in my brain, just a thought came in. Man, guitars are kind of cool. Can we go to the guitar store? I hadn't fucking picked up a guitar since I was like 4 years old. And my parents were like, here, try this out and see if you like it. Like 4 years old. So we go to the store and I find this cool little Mustang. I still got it in my guitar rack. I find this cool little fucking like Fender Mustang $200 guitar. And I'm like, man, this shit is fucking cool. Now, nowadays I don't really play it because I got better equipment. But it's like, I was just fucking enticed by this and this amp that I'd gotten. And I remember I practiced this shit for like 4 hours every single day. Marty music after Marty music. I would just learn every single fucking riff I could find. It all started with like, it started with that one. And then I just learned all these other riffs. And I don't really remember a lot of the riffs that I learned because now I kind of just play it over my own songs that I make. But I did it for 4 hours every single day because I didn't have anything else to do. And it was like this fun thing. I was learning and I was growing my skill at this exponential rate. I got back to the quick dopamine of the video games and I quit playing it for like 2 or 3 years. Didn't fucking touch the motherfucker. And I picked it back up, like, seriously picked it back up sometime last year. So, I've only technically I've been playing it since I was 15, off and on, but only consistently for a little bit over a year. So, and I had to get back into the playing side. I don't find it fun to sit there and practice for 4 hours like I used to because the idea of me trying to become the next Stevie Ray Vaughan isn't very cool to me. But what is cool to me is like Kevin Parker and Tame Impala making a whole song and then being able to have the skill to play a song over that shit. I find that cool. Okay? So that is what I have in terms of playing now. It makes me feel like I'm a kid playing with his toys whenever I play it over my song, and my mind immediately jumps to a little scale on the guitar, and I go up and down. So, I've rambled on and on and on, but the main point of this video, play before you try to practice, okay? Playing with a childlike sense of just fucking like it's a toy is the fastest way to learn. Okay? Albert Einstein, literally his quote that I began this video with, talked about discoveries in science as playing. Whenever you think of like a scientist drinking fucking coffee all night, staying up for fucking till 3 in the morning with this chalkboard and shit, thinking about problems, that is fun to them. That is fun to them. To me, there's a little far distant point in my brain where it's like, yeah, that'd be kind of like fun, grinding it out. If math problems and shit like that was fun, yeah, that'd be cool. grinding it out on a laptop like an entrepreneur, fucking digital marketing it, and seeing the number in your bank account go up could be fun. So you practice that and you get better at it because it is fun. You don't do these things. The moral is you don't do things you don't like to do because there's literally no fucking point. There's 1,000 different things to do in life. Try a bunch of them until you figure out what you fucking like doing and what is playing for you and what seems like fun. Or find ways to make the things you don't like yet fun. And you'll learn quickly. You have a level of skill in it which will make you happy to be able to do it every single day, because then you actually get some fruits of your labor. Chase paper, enjoy art and nature, my boy, and have a good one.